And welcome back to our channel. We are going to be talking about a super important topic today, and that is Google penalties. It is a little bit of a continuation of our last week videos when we were talking about two websites that lost all of their traffic, and we try to understand why. Here we're going to be understanding the signs that your website might have picked up Google penalty, either algorithmic or manual. So let's look into it. First thing you will notice if you are a vigilant SEO and you check your organic traffic daily, that the traffic suddenly dropped, right? So it would look something like this, or maybe something like this. However, it is this steep thing that over a night, over a few days just dropped, and it just keeps dropping. This is really bad sign. First of all, you need to rule out any technical issue, because what happens, and it could happen, that you need pre-render, right, to properly render your website so Google can read it, Google bots can read it. We talked about it in our rendering website when we were learning the client-side rendering and the server-side rendering. So if you haven't watched that video, go and watch it to deeper understanding. However, you have got pre-render, you're ranking beautifully, and then some new developer is checking what they have there and like, oh, we don't need pre-render, because they don't. It's for marketing. Developers don't necessarily think marketing is important. Therefore, they would remove pre-render. You cannot be resolved. Google cannot see what's going on the website. You are disappearing for everything, including many times your brand name. Or some other technical issue has happened. Somebody mistakenly de-indexed all of your pages. Somebody, maybe you were under DDoS attack, and they blocked all of the bots because they wanted to stop the DDoS attack. And once it's over, they've forgotten to let the Google bots in. So first you need to do all of this technical thinking, all of the technical checks. And once you understand that none of these technical issues are there, you will understand that something else is going on, and this something else is most likely that you are picking up Google penalty, that Google is stop liking to rank you or see you as a good result. What you need to do is check Google Search Console, which is obviously SEO's best friend, any third-party tools where you are tracking your rankings usually, Ahrefs, Whatmiser, SEMrush, whatever is your comfortable tool, there are tons of them, and Google Analytics. If you are looking at Google Analytics, make sure to filter out organic search, because if you're in Google Analytics and traffic disappears, might not be the organic, could be that you stop running some campaigns, right? There's programmatic is gone, social is gone, paid is gone, and this traffic is gone. Not your problem. So make sure to filter out properly. Now, if you see that in all of these tools, it is the organic one dropping, start to understand why. What is dropping? When is it started to drop? What was going on week before, month before? And as well, check what your competitors are doing. If everybody is starting to drop, or Google might have been running something, some experiment, or there was a glitch in assigning you traffic, so the tools didn't see it. Google sometimes messes up as well, right? So try to rule out that. Now, before we move any further, it is very important for you to understand the difference between algorithmic and manual penalties. There are two different things, and you need to act accordingly to each. Let's start with manual penalty that used to be the absolute scarecrow of Google's, Google's SEOs, but right now is the friendlier one because you can lift it up faster. So manual penalty means that somebody usually tells Google that they think you are manipulating the results somehow. Either you have unnatural links, or you're doing spam, or you are doing keyword stuffing, or you have thin content, or you're cloaking, or anything, right? There's tons and tons and tons of reasons somebody can report manual penalty. A human checks these issues that somebody detected on the URLs they detected. They evaluated that this is a pure spam, and they give you manual penalty. You will get warning in Google Search Console. There will be a warning. You will know right away something bad is happening to you. So Google did the work for you. They told you exactly on which URL you will see all affected pages and what's going on, and you need to clean that up. Once you clean that up, you request a review. Human comes in, reviews everything and tells you, well done, you cleaned up all our complaints and we can rank you again. Obviously, depending on availability of those reviewers, this could take a different amount of time. Lately, the manual penalties are being reviewed quite fast. Algo penalties have the same effect. You lose your rankings, you lose your traffic, you lose your visibility. That's this, right? However, nobody tells you what happens, so you need to take your time to understand what's going on. Do we have bad content? Are we using bad links? Are we actually under an attack? Do we have negative SEO coming to us? Because all of this can resolve in algo penalties. So here you need to do a little bit more work. And once you clean it up and make content, links, everything better, the algorithms, as the crawlers coming, they find the website to be better. And in theory, you should start to pick up your traffic and get your rankings back. You need to monitor all the announced and unannounced Google updates, right? Because this can happen anytime, but usually it happens when there is a Google update. So we saw a lot of it in March update 2024, June update 2025. When Google tries to clean up something or upgrade their algorithm, this is when usually websites starts to be hit. For unannounced Google algorithms, I like AccuRanker. I check it very often, and you can even see on my LinkedIn that I would post like, it's volatile out there, what are you seeing? And I would take a screenshot from this tool. And for the Google ones, obviously Google has got a place where they announce their Google updates, but they don't announce everything. They announce just a really, really big one. So last time they announced the December one, right? Before that was August one, I think, and before it was the June one. So you all know. Now, disappearing rankings obviously are a big red flag that something is happening to your website. And now we know it is not your technical issue. So if you drop from front page to out of top 100, something is bad. And you need to look into it. So you have got your tools, and losing traffic, losing visibility, and losing rankings is hand in hand, right? So you will see that you were in position 9, your estimated traffic was this, you lost it, your estimated traffic now is 0. So rankings and traffic goes hand in hand. However, you still need to check what has dropped, because not everything can drop. Sometimes it's just on page basis. We'll get to it. Now in Search Console, you get a nice little thing that tells you if you've got a manual penalty. We spoke about it, but however, you need to know it's in Google Search Console, and this is how it should look when you don't have anything. No issues detected, green tick, and you are happy. If you get something, you will see it's under security, manual actions. You will see something scary like this. Doesn't have to be 13 of them, could be just one. And now what you need to do, you need to start to clean up as we talk about it, but usually you get manual penalty for thin content, pure spam, cloaking, unnatural links, now the traffic manipulation, tons. Google de-index your pages for some reason. So if you see that your pages are no longer indexed, you need to start to look into it. Why? And start to work why you should do it better. So for example, this website is not indexed at all, it's unknown to Google. And if you look into it, the code is no index and it's blocking robots, and it's like a whole thing. So obviously they don't even try to rank in Google. But this website and the current setup will never be ranking in Google. But it's very important for you to know that you can request indexing, right? There is this thing where you can just click and request indexing. And if the page meets certain requirements of indexation, it will tell you if the page can or can't be indexed. Very important too. Now, why are pages not indexed? There is tons of reasons, and you will find it under pages in your Google Search Console. Once again, Google Search Console is very important. So there are several reasons. Either there's a redirection of a page, obviously that page cannot be indexed, or it's not found, or it's blocked for some reason. So very usual one for affiliation is blocked by robots. So if you have got lots and lots and lots of Go links, they will be blocked by robots because you don't want to rank for Golang. So that's something you don't have to worry about. And that's why I'm not really including it here, but just want to put it out there that you don't have to worry about everything that is not indexed. There are pages that you don't want to index. Many times is a page with redirection. If the page is redirected, the original page cannot run. Check it if this page with redirection should have been redirected. If the redirection is there for a reason, you don't have to worry about it. Excluded by no index tag. We already spoke about it, but if you have got something no index, no follow, obviously this cannot be indexed by Google. So make sure that pages that have got no index tag have it for a reason. If it's a mistake, maybe you were releasing something and you've forgotten to remove this, then you want to change it. Just like robots, many times if we are making some changes to a website, we're migrating, we forget to remove the blockage from robots. So test that for sure. Now, pages with different canonicals, if the pages are too close, Google might rewrite that. They might choose a different page that is more to their liking. So test this. This is somewhere where you can actually start to make a difference. Soft 404s are, if you don't have too many of them, like 2, 3, it's just typing error. It happens to all of us. Few soft 404s, not a biggie, seriously. But if you suddenly say, let's say you see 2,000 of them overnight, then you are most likely under a negative SEO attack, and you should talk to an expert that can help you understand what's going on, how to clean this up, and how to prevent it. But the best prevention is a very robust server protection. So you will need to align with server people. Crawl, but not index. This is when people get it wrong. So sometimes the pages are crawled, means Google found them, crawled them, found the content, and thought, okay, this page is not something I would index because my indexation bucket is really, really limited. And I've got so many websites out there and so many pages on all of these websites and already so many pages on your website that this one has got poor content, duplicate content, not interesting content, not original content, or it's buried too deep that it takes me forever to get to that page. So I am not going to index you because I don't like you. You will need to do your work. You will normally need to do the full audit and understand why this page is not indexed, because if it's there and you didn't exclude it in robots, you didn't exclude it with no tag, you didn't block it in any way, didn't redirect it, it means you want this one to rank, right? So check your content. Is it good content? Is there another page with very similar content? Should you merge them? Should you redirect? Should you just keep them both but improve them and diversify them? As well, are there good internal links, or this page is absolute orphan and it's difficult for humans or bots to find it? Is the site architecture difficult and it takes forever to get to it? Is, let's say, level 10, 11, 12D for the crawlers to find it, and they just get exhausted to get there and they're like, you know what, I can't do this all the time. Do you have good external links coming to that? Is this page important to you enough to be in sitemap? Once you run all of this, you can then come up with the next steps you need to do. New keyword research, new page structure, new website structure, meaning maybe a better internal linking structure. Is it enough important to get external link to it? This is where the real SEO starts. Very similar is discovered, not indexed. This means Google knows that there is a part of your website with some pages, but they are not even crawling it. Crawled index is better than discovered, not indexed, because maybe this is where you need to look into your crawl budget. Crawl budgets are restricted, right? We are getting less and less love from Google. Less pages get indexed, less pages get crawled. So if the crawl budget get exhausted, they know there are some pages and they might be super good and super important. They might have amazing content. However, there is not enough juice for them to get there. So make sure that you make it easy for them. Optimize your crawl budget. We will talk about it in another video, but review your crawl budget and see where you can do better. Again, external links, internal links, structure, cache of your website, strength of your hosting, all of this that makes life for Googlebot easier makes your website more likable, more crawlable, and more indexable, right? So those were just a little bit on this. And now drastic drop in impressions. We all know that we lost impressions to certain Google updates when they just removed or when they gave us less information on the impression recently. But if you had impressions, real ones, not from tools, and they disappear like this, something is going on. This is tied very closely to the rankings, because rankings gave us impression even if people don't click on them, right? So again, review this. What is losing? Why? Go to Google Search Console. As I said many times, this is your best friend, and start to dig through it. You see performance, search results drop in the impressions. Why? Always question should be why, so you know where to look. This can as well happen to rich snippet or featured rich results and the featured snippets, the other way around. So if you previously had them and they were helping you get visibility and suddenly they are not showing, there is another way of knowing that this could be a penalty. Might not always be, but could be. If it's just an issue, you will get again a message in Google Search Console saying there is a problem with your featured snippet. We cannot resolve this. There is a problem on this page. Then it's just a technical problem. Clean up. But if everything is working and suddenly your star rating is not showing up or any other structured data that used to help you get visibility and used to help you get known in SERPs and even some traffic, then you have a problem. Now, backlink profile is somewhere where I lately would pay a lot of attention when I see a drop. We used to have Wild Wild West and link attacks as a negative SEO were the thing, right? Then Google said that they can handle this on their own, so we stopped paying attention to disavowing. Google sort of was doing it on their own. All of these bad actors that were sending you the bad links maybe thought, yeah, Google is too good on cleaning. I don't know. The negative SEO attacks sort of slowed down through the backlink attack. A whole new bunch of them started to exist, but this stopped being the main one. And now lately, it is back, especially from UGC. So posting lots and lots and lots of spammy mentions of you, links to websites that allow user generating comments, right? So in a comment section, you can suddenly overnight pick up 200,000 very, very poorly links with very badly optimized anchors, even something that is not really relevant to you. And there are tools to do that. So review, you can use Majestic, SEMrush, Ahrefs. I combine Ahrefs and Majestic, for example, and then I go to Google Search Console as well to see what Google is seeing. But if there is extreme amount of bad links, if suddenly PBNs, or if they are really, really bad anchors, you can be certain that something's going on. As well in Ahrefs, you will see this blue line that indicates backlinks suddenly sharply going up. And if you don't clean it up, it equals a problem because Google cannot clean up all on the unnatural links. So if it looks something like this, that your anchors suddenly are something really not related to casino, and they are very, 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 very bad and porny-like, you want to clean this up. As well, if you note that usually this would be nicely seen in Majestic, that there is a very unnatural cluster of sites indicating its PBN and is linking to you, then try to clean that up. What you should do, clean up, manually request removals. It is time consuming, I know, but this is the best way forward. You just claim that, you don't want this, please remove, please remove. They might not. Step 2 and step that you should always, always, always take is disavow, because that's your hygiene of your website. You always want to be disavowing. You always want to be on top of spammy links, of links that can be harm. You're telling Google, look, this is not me. Somebody else is doing this for me. Please don't hurt me because somebody else is trying to hurt me. And build good new links. Yes, once you clean up bad links, you need to give Google a signal that you have good links that are relevant to you, that have got good traffic, that are healthy, that the anchors are relevant to you. Again, don't over-optimize. Not every anchor needs to be casino. And that these good links are relevant even niche-wise. So if you are gambling, you want to do that niche. If the pages are about education and talk about poker, maybe you want to get a link from poker. If it's about responsible gaming, you want to get links that are promoting responsible gaming. Think about it. Think of each link, how you're going to build good links. And don't be shy asking for a budget here, because good links are costly. If you get cheap links, you're going to end up with links you will need to clean up and disavow, because you will get PBN links and you will get links through X rumor that just will build 200,000 links. Might help you overnight, but in the end, long run is going to hurt you. So no, Fiverr links, 200 links for €10. Don't go there. Get a good budget. And as I said, traffic might drop only for certain pages. The drop could be the whole domain. Everything can de-index. Google can just stop loving you, but as well could just target certain keywords. So for example, you are working on you are affiliate and you're promoting casino plus bonus, casino plus review, and you get degraded by this. Maybe casino just wisen up if you lose just one, and they build a really strong brand protection system, and top 10 positions are their brand protection sites, which if you are a casino, if you are sportsbook, you should absolutely work on this. You should protect your name, because it's your brand, your money. And if you are not protecting it with brand protection techniques, and affiliates have got, wild west, they can take your keyword and then you're paying for a keyword that is yours, extreme amount of money. Then maybe pages that are irrelevant to you, again, for affiliates, how to dress for casino, what is the best drink to order in casino, irrelevant for online casinos, right? You don't need to dress up for online casino. So this could be removed because it's irrelevant. AI generated pages that have zero value. I'm not saying AI content cannot be good. I'm saying if it's repetitive, it scrapes the web, if it has wrong information, outdated information, those pages might get and should get de-indexed. And tons and tons and tons of others. So just try to understand which pages dropped and why, and how to either completely remove them, rewrite them, merge them. But if the content is really irrelevant, clean them up. Cleaning up is your partner, is your good friend. Cleaning up is not a bad practice. Sometimes less is more, okay? And as well, this is a big one, your brand name no longer ranks number one. We all know that, especially if you're investing in brand, either you're an affiliate or you are a operator, you have a brand you invested in, very good practice. However, if you pick up several manual penalties, for example, you might lose the brand name. And this was one of the huge ones lately in our industry. So I think you all know it was like a year ago when Techopedia, one of the biggest parasite SEO websites, stopped ranking for their own brand name. They still don't rank for their brand name. If you go and test this, everything else is ranking. Their LinkedIn page, their X page, a discussion on Reddit is ranking better. Their own website isn't, because Google stopped liking them. They gave them 3 or 4 by now manual penalties, and they cannot recover. So if you cannot rank for your brand name, this is bad. It's really bad. And this is where your work starts. Final thoughts. Google penalties basically happen. Not every drop is a penalty. So just try to understand what's going on. Is it just technical glitch? Is it Google glitch? Is it my tool that is having a problem showing me proper data? Is it seasonality? If you rule out everything that could be, if you are not even sure but it's not recovery, then you have a penalty and you need to do your work. And recovering Google penalty, yeah, it's difficult. It takes a long time. But in the end, if you get it enough time, sometimes the time is months, sometimes it's 2 years, okay? I cannot tell you how long it's going to take because I don't know what your penalty is. However, everything can be recovered. Manual penalty can be recovered. Algorithmic penalty can be recovered. Everything can be recovered, but sometimes it's going to take a very long time because you had a penalty and you did stupid steps and you killed your website now further. That means Google gave you a chance and you didn't take it, and now you are dead. So Sometimes you just need to let the website be, not touching it, nothing, and let Google come back to it in certain time to start to give it a love. I had a client like this, and it was a website was doing really, really well in Canada, ranking like crazy. It was a new website. It was really, really good, and they use lots of AI content. And in one of those Google updates, this AI content was flagged and they lost everything and they just couldn't come back. Google really, really didn't like them, but it was really bad ChatGPT AI content. Okay. And it took 9 months for Google to start to like this website again. 9 months once to clean that all up, rewritten it, clean up bad links. Mainly the content here was a problem, but even some links. So 9 months since pages started to be indexed. They lost everything up to 9 months. That's a long time. This is this is 3/4 of a year where you earned nothing. You just kept investing. So think of it as well. Is it worthy for you to recover it? Or you want to start a new project? Is it worthy to keep investing in this website, or are you just going to let it be for a time? Not every SEO attempt is worthy. So sometimes think about the investment. All of your investment should be commercial, right? You should think of it. Are we going to actually bring money on this investment? And sometimes a dead website is going to take way too long and way too much money. That is not worthy. So truly think about it. Thank you very much for being with me here again today, and I hope you learned something new.